behind the United States and China, which are global powerhouses. But nevertheless, India, has outpaced many other countries of the world like Japan, South Korea, Australia, etc., the other European countries. So that speaks volumes about where India is going as far as AI is concerned. Why is it so? What's leading to that? On what path are we? What are the pitfalls in that path? To talk about all that, I'm joined by Dr. Rishi Bhatnagar. He's an IT expert. He joins us on the show. Thank you, Dr. Bhatnagar, for being on DD India. First of all, this competitive, this survey in how India is becoming a competitive country in the world in artificial intelligence, what does this report base it on?
The report is basically based on the availability of resources, skilled resources, the policies, the infrastructure availability, the startup ecosystem, and in all of these, the government has been working fundamentally on the right steps, and we have been able to create such a large pool of AI resources. While as per the demand and supply, we are still less than the demand. But government has taken a lot of new initiatives like Yuva AI for training people. So many initiatives in terms of attracting the global companies to come to India and creating such a large investment pool in India. That's also one of the important factors of how much investment from the government and the private sector is happening in this field. So if you ask how this has happened, because the government of India, especially the Honorable Prime Minister himself, has been taking such a large initiative and ensuring that, he has been able to...
What initiative has the government taken?
See, the India AI as a complete mission, they have agreed to provide somewhere around 10,000 GPUs in the 1 year. A huge amount of investment, approximately $2.5 billion in 1 year to invest on creating that infrastructure. While the target was 10,000, the government of India delivered in 38,000 GPUs. How to involve the startups, how to get our own Indian LLMs. There have been a number of things which government of India has been able to do. And, the personal involvement by the Honorable Prime Minister has to be very much appreciated.
Okay.
Whether, this year in the February, we will be hosting the World Global AI Summit, where the whole world is coming and will be participating. We'll be able to demonstrate how India is showing things. The target of around 1 million people to be trained on AI in next 1 month is a kind of mission-based AI things which country has been taking. And the government has been implementing on that.
Okay, government policy, Dr. Bhatnagar, is one thing. You create an ecosystem, you create the infrastructure, but industry collaboration, has that played a role?
Definitely, while there are two things. One is the domestic industry. While we have been catering like Tech Mahindras of the world or the TCS and Wipros, we are working as a service providers to the world. And when the different enterprises are asking for AI resources, we are able to provide and we are able to work on that. That's one part. But the second part is how are we able to attract international organizations like Microsoft investing $7.5 billion. Google announced. Then later on, we have heard of
Amazon announcing $35 billion by 2030.
Yeah. So, that's the kind of investment that is happening. That means the policies of the government, the leadership in the government, the ease of doing business, everything, the startup ecosystem in India, everything has been doing the right steps and everybody is moving towards the right area. And so is the academia, so is the industry. The only few things which I like to add here is, when we started the IT revolution or the IT transformations in India, Indians worked as a system integrators or the partners as the service providers to the world.
Okay.
We should not become the service providers in the case of AI, but we should be developing our own AI platforms. Otherwise, we'll become only the service providers.
So do we have the AI talent and the research strength for it?
Correct. So that's what I was saying, that there is a huge amount of more investments required in the research and the more investment required in creating our own large language models. There are organizations, there are startups in India which have started working. If you remember, the Ministry of Culture under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister started working towards Gyan Bharata mission, where they were trying to do the manuscripts, this huge 50 million worth of 50 million manuscripts in India in 64 different scripts, how they can be AI enabled. And there are organizations like, Inverse AI, which has been able to create the avatars on seeing that, how can we talk to our old Maharishis and talk to them and ask them about the kind of research they had done and the kind of things they have done. That's creating our own culture and our own data sets, and that the LLMs which we are trying to do.
Okay.
The kind of work that is happening in India is, you won't be able to imagine. There is a Madhav Netralaya in Nagpur, which has been working on the premature child.
Whisperflow understood what I was trying to say and gave me the exact output I wanted. Check out the difference between this same sentence being dictated into Siri versus Whisperflow. Let's meet at 12 p.m. at Joe's Pizza. Wait, no, actually I can't do 12, so let's do 12:30. And instead of Joe's, let's...
This test, they can create that test and how they can reduce children getting blind. Okay. So there are thousands of things that are happening. And for Indian traditional things, Indian cultural things, Indian tribal things, we have our own ways. So we have to ensure that we have our own LLMs. And that's what my thought is, that we should be working towards that. Okay. Whether it is our own GPTs for health, education, agriculture. So a lot of research.
Of course. Healthcare, finance, agriculture, technology, all that AI can be employed in. Institutions play a big role. Are your IITs, IISCs, the triple IITs, are they equipped with, to become global centers of excellence for AI research or training?
See, I have been visiting to a lot of IITs across India. And also NITs, and also the tier 2, tier 3 organization. Okay. Recently, I met, so they all have been equipped. They all are getting the infrastructure. They all are getting funding from the government, and they all are investing into research and infrastructure. For an AI, the cost of infrastructure is extremely high, and if you think about the international number, it is approximately $2.5 to $3 an hour for a GPU to be utilized. Okay. But the government of India is providing it at less than $1. Okay. And that's how they are promoting how the startups, how the education, how the industry can utilize it. Okay. And recently, I came across the private university in Karnataka, which is investing huge amount of money on creating the state-of-the-art AI infrastructure, so that not only the students but also the researchers and the industry can use it. So there are a lot of initiatives the government as well as the academia as well as the industry all are taking together so that they can take it forward.
But yes, what you say is right, and the advances that we are making, of course, that reflects in the Stanford Tool report. But we still lag behind a lot, don't we, when it comes to, say, research publications. You publish just about 7% of the global share. You're number 3. Yes, you've outpaced a lot of countries, but look at your point score, 21.59, and that is way behind the 2 top AI nations. That's the US, which stands at 78.6, and China, which is at 36.95. So how do you bridge the gap?
See, you have actually, taken the right thought. And there's a need for our researchers to start publishing, our industry to start publishing. Around 10 years back, I wrote the first book on Internet of Things. Okay, because I was working for a corporate and I was working on it, so I wrote a book. So somebody from the academia came and thanked me that this was the first time the industry people have started publishing books of the kind of experiences, the kind of learning they had. So there is not only need for the academia and researchers, but also the industry people who are working on ground, creating things to start publishing. Okay. So, there is a promotion for this, and I agree this is a weak point for us, and we all have to work on seeing how can we create a lot of publications in this, especially in the future technologies.
Okay. So there is still road to travel, but the good thing is that the pace at which we are sort of growing in the AI and the AI ecosystem that exists in the country, the kind of push that it's being given both by the government and the industry is heartening, and we are on the road to that. We leave it there. Dr. Bhatnagar, thank you very much for your time and sharing your insights with us. Thanks.